Okay, so let's imagine you walk down the street and then see a collapsed man by the sidewalk. What should you do? So, in many places, you are actually obligated to help when you encounter a unconscious body or someone in danger. And the ABCD action plan is somewhat something to help you to handle those situations. So, first of all, we want to check for danger level, like check if the place which is trying to approach, which is actually like safe for you to enter. Then if it is safe for you, then you should check for response of the person that is unconscious. Ask for the name, try to shake them a little bit. If they don't respond immediately, then you should try to call 911 or make someone else in the area call for you, and then just put it on speaker if you are alone. First of all, you want to try to make free access of air, so you put them on their back and tilt their head a little bit backward. So then you can check for breathing. If they're not breathing, then over to check for pulse. If they are breathing, you should put them in a recovery position. And if they don't have a pulse, and if they're not breathing, then you should just start CPR. Okay, so you come to the conclusion that the person is not breathing or have a pulse. So then you should start doing CPR. Place the person on the back and make sure that he has free airways. If you're alone, call 911 immediately and put it on speaker. If there's someone else around, you should obviously make them call instead. Put your hands covering one another and try to hit the breastbone between the normal position of their nipples, which would be like between the nipples and then a little bit down. Keep your elbows straight and then use your body weight and perform 30 compressions, pressing down about 2 inches. And the rhythm should be in the rhythm of the song Stay Alive, Stay Alive. So you can just sing that song and just doing that rhythm. And then you should just continue with doing those compressions until the help arrives. And if you have someone else with you, you should switch when one of you get tired and then go back and forth. And if you are alone, you should only take 10 seconds off. Also, it doesn't really say anything about it, but you should do the mouth-to-mouth. Between the 30 compressions, you do 2 puffs between each compression sessions. Recognizing a heart attack. Chest pain is the most common warning sign, but a person can experience a heart attack without chest pressure, especially women. Typically last more than a few minutes. The pain might go away and come back later. So this may look kind of weird that the most common sign is something that women a lot of times don't experience. However, when you understand that most of the people who has a heart attack is men, then it kind of makes sense. Pain or discomfort in areas of the upper body, arms, back, neck, jaw, stomach. Most commonly, I think, is back and neck, but the other ones is still relevant. Shortness of breath, cold sweat, nausea, lightheadedness, unusual fatigue, and feeling of doom. I don't understand what feeling of doom is, but perhaps if you have felt it, then you will relate to what this means. Also, it doesn't really say, but when one person has a heart attack, they often get pale, so that's also something you can look for. Obviously, if you suspect a heart attack, then call the emergency services right away and try to make a comfortable position for the person to sit or lean against the wall. And do not make them take a deep breath or lay down, because it will be really bad for them. Okay, so if you encounter someone that is choking, then you should first of all try to make them cough up whatever it is. If they need support, then you should try to support them by giving them 5 slaps between the shoulder blades, like right in this position. If they still doesn't go up, then you go into this position, which is commonly known as the Heimlich maneuver, which is something you often see in movies and that kind of stuff, and people know about it, but I don't think most people know how to do it properly. Most people know that you should just like kind of drag inwards and just like push this stomach area, so the air pushes the food or whatever that's in his mouth out. However, you should do as this arrow suggests, like you should do the inward motion and then kind of upward like this, so it like pushes the air better out. As you can see in the picture also, this hand is like a fist and this hand is like holding around the fist, and then you're just pushing it over like this. Okay, so you're suspecting someone to have a stroke because they're acting kind of unusual or just talking kind of nonsense. Well, then you have 3 methods that is usually used to discover a stroke. 2 of them is kind of similar in style, the face and arm one, where you ask someone to smile or to put both of hands in the air, and the result will be kind of similar, where like when you try to smile, this will look like kind of in the picture, where like one of the sides would be like not able to go up, and the smile will look kind of crooked. And same with the arms, where like one arm will be going into the air, where the other one is kind of in the side, or just like kind of sliding down. And the third method is like trying to make them repeat a simple sentence, which could be nice in some aspects, but if you're kind of stressed in a situation, it can be hard to recognize if they're speaking nonsense or not, so maybe stick with the arm face one if you feel like that could be a problem. Also, call 911.